Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. A feeling of disbelief is spreading fast around the league, and the whispers are getting louder by the minute. Because what was once treated as fantasy talk has suddenly become a serious conversation among insiders. The Philadelphia Eagles, a franchise known for bold moves and calculated risks, are now being linked to a shocking new chapter that could completely reshape the balance of power inside the NFC EAST. According to growing speculation fueled by major media voices, the Eagles have quietly finalized a deal with quarterback Jordan Love, a name that instantly ignites debate, excitement, and confusion in equal measure. Fans are trying to connect the dots. Analysts are rewatching old tape, and rivals are nervously paying attention. The idea of Love wearing midnight green feels surreal, yet strangely logical when you consider the Eagles' hunger for long-term dominance. This is not being framed as a simple roster tweak, but as a potential philosophical shift, one that suggests the organization is thinking several seasons ahead, rather than focusing on the immediate spotlight. When a move like this circulates, it is never just about talent, but about timing, ambition, and a desire to control the narrative of an entire division. What makes this rumor even more electrifying is the suggestion that ESPN sources have already begun treating it as a near certainty, which adds fuel to an already blazing fire. Inside league circles, the talk is that Philadelphia saw a unique window of opportunity, one where Jordan Love's development, market value, and untapped potential align perfectly with their internal evaluations. The Eagles have long been praised for building strong trenches and flexible systems, and the belief is that Love could thrive in an environment designed to protect quarterbacks while allowing creativity to flourish. This speculation hints that coaches see traits in Love that may not have been fully unlocked elsewhere, and that the Eagles' offensive structure could be the key. It is not just about arm strength or mobility, but about composure, adaptability, and the ability to command a locker room filled with expectations. The NFC East is a division driven by momentum and confidence, and bringing in a quarterback with something to prove could be a psychological masterstroke. Even those skeptical of the rumor admit that, if true, it would signal fearless intent. As the chatter grows, fans are beginning to imagine how this move could ripple across the entire roster, changing roles and redefining leadership. The Eagles are known for competition at every position, and the arrival of Jordan Love would immediately intensify that atmosphere, pushing everyone to elevate their game. This is where speculation turns cinematic, because observers are picturing training sessions charged with energy, strategy rooms buzzing with new ideas, and a coaching staff eager to experiment. Love's perceived calm under pressure is often highlighted in these conversations, with supporters suggesting that Philadelphia values mental resilience as much as physical ability. The NFC East has always been a battleground of narratives, where confidence can swing from one city to another in a heartbeat. By potentially securing Love, the Eagles could be aiming to disrupt not just opposing defenses, but also the emotional rhythm of the division. This rumor paints a picture of an organization unwilling to sit still, determined to stay unpredictable and assertive in every possible way. Another layer to this developing story revolves around how quietly it seems to have unfolded, which only adds to the mystique. The Eagles' front office has a reputation for discretion, and insiders suggest this move was carefully shielded from early leaks to avoid unnecessary noise. Jordan Love's camp, according to speculation, was intrigued by the idea of a fresh start paired with a strong organizational culture. The narrative being whispered is one of mutual curiosity evolving into serious intent, driven by a shared belief in what could be built together. Philadelphia fans, known for their passion and scrutiny, would undoubtedly test Love's mental toughness, but some believe that challenge is exactly what could unlock his best version. In a division where quarterbacks are endlessly compared, the Eagles may be betting on upside rather than comfort. This rumor suggests a willingness to embrace uncertainty for the sake of long-term reward, a gamble that could either redefine success or spark endless debate. The potential impact on the NFC East cannot be overstated, at least in theory, because a move of this magnitude forces every rival to reassess their own direction. Speculation points to defensive coordinators already imagining new scenarios, wondering how Love's skill set would fit into Philadelphia's playbook. The Eagles' offensive identity has always been adaptable, and the idea of molding it around a quarterback with a different rhythm creates endless what-if discussions. This is how rumors become powerful, not because they are confirmed, But because they reshape expectations, fans from other teams may dismiss it as smoke. Yet even skepticism acknowledges the strategic sense behind it. If the Eagles truly believe Jordan Love is on the verge of a breakthrough, then this move represents confidence in their development system above all else. It is a statement that says talent can be refined, not just acquired, as the first wave of reaction settles. The overarching feeling is that this rumor fits too well to be ignored. The Eagles have always thrived when they zig while others zag, and bringing in Jordan Love would be the ultimate example of that philosophy. It suggests patience, vision, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom within the division. Whether this story remains speculation or evolves into an undeniable reality, it has already succeeded in one crucial way by commanding attention. The NFC East thrives on drama, and this potential move has injected fresh intrigue into every conversation. Philadelphia appears ready to remind everyone that they are not content with past success, but hungry for reinvention. In that sense, the rumor alone feels like a warning shot to the rest of the division. In the second part of this unfolding narrative, the focus shifts from shock to imagination, because now everyone is asking how this potential partnership could actually look on the field. And beyond it, the speculation suggests that the Eagles see Jordan Love not merely as a quarterback, but as a long-term project capable of evolving alongside the franchise. Coaches are rumored to be excited about tailoring schemes that highlight his strengths, while masking any perceived weaknesses, a process Philadelphia has mastered over the years. The locker room dynamic is also part of the discussion, with whispers that Love's quiet confidence could balance the intense personalities already present. This is where the rumor becomes less about headlines and more about culture, because successful teams often win behind closed doors before anything else. The Eagles' leadership core is believed to value accountability and preparation, traits that align well with Love's public image. If this speculation holds weight, it paints a picture of careful alignment rather than impulsive decision-making. Another angle fueling debate is how this move could redefine expectations for development within the organization. Philadelphia has invested heavily in infrastructure, analytics, and coaching continuity, and insiders argue that Jordan Love could be one of the biggest beneficiaries of that environment. The rumor suggests the Eagles believe that previous evaluations of Love may have been incomplete, focusing too much on immediate production rather than trajectory. In the NFC East, where patience is rare, this approach would be both bold and refreshing. Fans are already imagining a narrative of growth, where early challenges become stepping stones rather than verdicts. This type of thinking aligns with a franchise that has learned from both triumph and adversity. By betting on potential, the Eagles would be signaling trust in their own process, a move that often separates stable contenders from fleeting ones. Speculation also touches on the psychological warfare aspect of such a signing. Because uncertainty can be as powerful as certainty, opposing teams may be forced to prepare for multiple scenarios, unsure of how Philadelphia plans to deploy its quarterback room. This ambiguity could offer a strategic edge, at least temporarily, while rivals scramble to adjust. The Eagles have historically enjoyed keeping opponents guessing, and Jordan Love's versatility fits that narrative perfectly. Rumors describe a coaching staff eager to experiment with tempo, movement, and disguise, all designed to exploit hesitation. In a division defined by familiarity, introducing an element of unpredictability can be transformative. Even if some doubt Love's ceiling, the idea of change itself can disrupt established patterns. This is why the rumor refuses to fade, because it resonates with the Eagles' identity as calculated disruptors. The fan reaction, as imagined by observers, would likely be intense and emotional, swinging between cautious optimism and fierce debate. Philadelphia supporters are known for demanding excellence, yet they also appreciate authenticity and effort. The rumor suggests that Jordan Love's demeanor could win over skeptics if paired with visible growth and commitment. There is a sense that the city could embrace a narrative of redemption and emergence, especially if the organization publicly commits to development rather than instant gratification. This emotional investment is part of what makes the NFC East such a compelling stage. The Eagles might be counting on that passion to fuel progress rather than pressure. In this speculative future, Love is not just a player, but a symbol of evolution within the franchise. From a broader league perspective, this rumored move reinforces the idea that quarterback evaluation is as much art as science. The Eagles appear willing to challenge consensus, trusting their internal voices over external noise. This confidence can be contagious, inspiring belief throughout the building. Analysts are already debating whether this approach could influence other franchises to reconsider how they value patience and upside. In that sense, the rumor transcends one team and one player, becoming part of a larger conversation about modern team building. The NFC East, often portrayed as chaotic, could become the stage for a quieter, more strategic revolution led by Philadelphia. As the speculation continues to swirl, the final impression is one of calculated ambition wrapped in mystery. Whether this story ultimately proves accurate or not, it reflects how the Eagles want to be perceived as fearless, forward-thinking, and unafraid of controversy. Jordan Love's name has become a catalyst for imagination, debate, and anticipation, all without a single snap being taken. That alone speaks volumes about the power of narrative in professional football. For now, the rumor stands as a bold possibility, one that keeps the NFC East buzzing and reminds everyone that in this league, the most shocking stories often begin as whispers. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Finally, the overarching sentiment among fans, insiders, and media commentators is one of awe, excitement, and cautious anticipation, with whispers suggesting that Riley Leonard's rumored move to the Eagles could serve as a defining moment for both the quarterback and the franchise. Analysts speculate that if Leonard successfully adapts to the Eagles system, the team could enjoy a renaissance in offensive creativity, player engagement, and competitive positioning that extends well beyond the next season. Conversely, sources acknowledge the risks inherent in integrating a quarterback with a relatively limited professional track record into a team with high expectations, emphasizing the delicate balance between potential and uncertainty. The rumor itself, however, has already captured the imagination of the NFL community, sparking debates, simulations, and endless speculation about what might be, what could be, and what is likely to occur if the trade materializes. Fans are dissecting every facet of Leonard's skill set, leadership potential, and personality traits, projecting scenarios that range from championship contention to developmental growing pains. And insiders suggest that the Eagles' front office is simultaneously aware of the hype and cautiously optimistic about the upside. In essence, the speculation surrounding Riley Leonard is not merely a discussion about a player's abilities, but a multi-layered narrative that encompasses strategy, culture, psychology, and storytelling, creating a suspense-filled backdrop that could dominate NFL discourse for months. Whether history judges the trade as revolutionary or risky, the rumor has already reshaped expectations, inspired passionate debate, and positioned Leonard as one of the most intriguing and potentially transformative figures in professional football today. Rumors are also suggesting that Leonard's arrival could spark a broader ripple effect in the NFC East, with rival teams reportedly reevaluating defensive strategies, scouting reports, and draft priorities in anticipation of facing a quarterback whose unpredictability and mobility could present challenges previously unseen in the division. Analysts speculate that defensive coordinators might have to rethink standard formations, blitz packages, and coverage schemes, all in response to a quarterback whose combination of arm strength, field vision, and improvisational skill could exploit conventional approaches. Sources hint that Leonard's potential influence on the division could extend beyond game day performance, affecting personnel decisions, free agent signings, and even coaching hires. As teams scramble to counter a player they perceive as a strategic wildcard, fans and pundits alike are engaging in animated debate, projecting scenarios in which Leonard either revolutionizes the Eagles' offense or faces a learning curve that exposes vulnerabilities, a duality that fuels the rumor mill with endless what-if narratives. Some speculative reports even suggest that Leonard's style could inspire trends across the league, encouraging teams to prioritize athletic, cerebral quarterbacks capable of extending plays and creating opportunities out of chaos. Meanwhile, sources close to the Eagles hint that internal discussions are ongoing about play design, offensive balance, and the integration of skill position players, all centered around a quarterback whose potential has captured the imagination of both fans and executives. The speculation paints a picture of a league-wide ripple effect, where one rumored trade could influence strategy, culture, and expectations in ways that go far beyond the immediate headlines, solidifying the trade's place as one of the most intriguing stories of recent NFL history. That's A wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe. Drop a like and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.